on, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Bree.
And I'm Evan.
And this is Reality Check TV. Here's where we discuss some of our favorite reality shows to watch together as a couple. So if you love reality TV like we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get notified anytime we post a new review.
Expeditiously.
Yes. And make sure you like this video. Let's go ahead and get that out the way at the beginning. What's going on, beautiful people? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We are back. Another week at it again. We are here to talk about the things. Talk about what we saw. How we feel. Ain't really much to it. You gotta excuse me, look a mess. Listen, just got back from the gym. And I wanted to talk to y'all real quick, right fast, before I go to bed, okay? Before I take a shower, go to bed. I'm over today. It was rainy. It was drowsy today. So hopefully the week gets better. But I hope your week is going well. And if not, I hope that we put a smile on your face. Yes. You got anything for the people?
No. Let's get into this quick review due to the episode was so boring.
It really was. But before we get into Ready to Love, I wanted to say this real quick, right fast. I know that we've been saying that we are going to review this season, the newest season of Love is Blind, and we still are. But just to be transparent, we were trying to figure out how to review the show. This is a Netflix show. So that means that they drop multiple episodes in a week. And to be even more transparent with you all of the shows that we review or give commentary on, we always watch it twice so that we're able to take notes and like talk amongst each other. And then we come to you guys. Well, we can't use that method with Love is Blind because ain't nobody got time to be rewatching 11 episodes. Like, we not doing that. And there's been a lot of information hitting the internet streets that's been coming out. It's been a lot the last 2 weeks. So we decided to go ahead and do one big review of the entire season once this season wraps up. So we're going to do that next week because it's going to be the week before the reunion. The reunion is set to premiere, I believe, March 13th. So the week before that, we will go ahead and give our commentary, our thoughts, our feelings about the entire season a week before the review, or before the reunion, excuse me. So look out for that. We are still going to do it. It's going to be interesting because I have some thoughts, okay? But just like Ready to Love, Love is Blind should go ahead and wrap it up too. Like, I think we're done here. I think we're done. It was nice while it lasted, but I think we should wrap it up. You know? It's over. But we'll get into that later. This video, we are here to talk about Ready to Love. So you ready?
Let's get ready for the circus.
Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so we're not even going to waste time in letting y'all know how much we hate this show and how much they should just wrap it up. Y'all already know how we feel. I'm surprised we still here. Are you surprised? I'm surprised. Because they are giving us nothing. This episode was a snooze fest, just like the week prior. But here we are. So this should be real quick, right fast. This was guys' week, right? So they were in power. They were able to eliminate one of the ladies. The theme of the week was Meet the Homies. That's what I'm calling it, right? So the guys were introducing their strongest connections to their friends. Y'all know they do this every season. Really, there's not much to this. All I know is from scene 1, when they said action, LaRon said go. This episode really is about LaRon's revenge. LaRon's revenge. He is feeling away that Will and Alexis made up this master plan of getting rid of Koshia. So the whole episode, that is what he has his sights set on Alexis. He wants to get Alexis eliminated as soon as possible. Okay? So that's where we're at with it. But the first date we have to talk about, and that was William introduces Maya to his two friends, right? Um, not much comes from this, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna leave my comments for Maya a little bit towards the end because now I have my actual opinion on her. But the friends seemed to kind of like her. She was saying everything that she believes everybody wants to hear. The friend brought up about how you feel about him being a comedian and traveling a lot. And she's like, "Oh, well, we didn't talk about this before, but I'm great with it. It's fine. It's not a problem." Okay, girl, whatever. Next date. We have Rashina and Mika meeting Justin's homie, right? I know Rashina has her connection with Justin. I feel like that's been since day one. Since Justin has been added to the pot. Mika, Evan had to remind me they did make a connection at the pajama party because he didn't seem bothered at the fact that she didn't want to have kids, or she's telling him that she doesn't want to have kids.
Justin being 34, I forgot how old Mika is. Justin lets it be known that, yeah, I would like to have kids, but at the end of the day, I'm at peace if I don't. And of course, that's music to Mika's ears because most of the guys that she's talked to have all wanted children. Some want a couple kids, some want a full roster. But Mika has been set on, I have two boys, that's all you're going to get out of me. But, recently, I guess Dominique got it out of her where she said that, for the right one, and I'm guessing Justin, he's cool with it because it's like, hey, for the right one, she'll do it. If not, I'm at peace. And Mika, she's loving to hear that. So, ironically, somehow they made a connection off that.
Rashina, Mika, Justin, and Justin's friend, I don't know his name because it really don't matter. They had this fake conversation about vulnerability and being open. I honestly feel like not one person in that room knows the definition of vulnerability. They don't know what it means. They don't know what it means to them. They don't know what it looks like. Y'all are just talking and saying words that are popular right now because none of this makes any sense. And once the ladies leave, Justin's friend is like, "Oh, like I feel like Mika still got some walls up and she's not being vulnerable enough. She don't know you. Why am I going to sit here and be vulnerable with you? Who are you?" That didn't even make any sense. I answered your questions. I feel like she was really handling the situation fine. Justin was sitting next to Mika and not Rashina. And I feel like, she was interacting. I don't know what he was looking for because I don't think they know what they were looking for. They're just talking. I really do. I side-eyed Justin at the beginning because he was like, my homie's here to see if this is love, like if I have a connection with these women, if it's a true connection, or should these women basically be put at
friends with benefits.
Like friends with benefits. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like those are your only two options. So it makes me look at Justin's side eye. And I gave him a little bit of credit last week and see, look at that.
Yep, the PE teacher is on the shit.
I'm just not going to do that no more. I'm just not. I'm not.
And to go back to what she said earlier, the three famous words in society right now is gaslighting, narcissist, and vulnerability.
I would also add in there, you said narcissist, because people are saying that a lot too. Yeah, that sounds about right. Those are like the three words, and I'm tired of hearing y'all say it because I really don't feel like nobody understands what those words really mean, nor do they have an understanding of, what it looks like, right? I just can't. So now we go to Chaz's house. Chaz has two of his friends meet Alexis and Vanessa. Okay, now everybody for the most part ain't feeling Alexis, and I'm not talking about the guys. Don't nobody like Alexis out of the women. They not feeling her. I'm not feeling her, but I'm not feeling nobody on this show. So here we are. It seemed like his friends felt like Vanessa was more of a better fit for him. However, the conversation came up about marriage. Mm-hmm. And it seems like Vanessa is more in a space of like just kind of going with the flow, and realizing that, you know, nothing's really guaranteed right now. She's just really open to all possibilities, and she doesn't want to rush marriage. That's basically what it is. She just got out of a marriage not too long ago. She has her boys. So she's just not rushing into that. Chaz, on the other hand, is kind of like on a mission. He says that he is trying to date with a purpose. He wants to be married I think he said within the next 2 years or something like that. And Alexis seems to be on the same timeline as him. So when it comes to that aspect, he was leaning towards Alexis, him and his friends. But as far as chemistry goes, it seemed like Vanessa and Chaz have a stronger chemistry.
And I see where Chaz is coming from. You know, Chaz is 47. Mm-hmm. He made that comment, like he said, like I think he said even that he's not even trying to wait a year.
Right.
Like, Chaz seems like he knows what he's trying to accomplish.
Right.
Not trying to go by a timeline or anything, but he seems like he knows what he's ready for. You know, he has his own crib, has a job, so you know, it seems like that's what he's ready for. I can understand, you know, where Vanessa's coming from because I believe she was divorced.
Yes.
And for her, I don't know if she's spoken too much on how long ago that divorce was. Mm-hmm. But for her, you know, I don't think it was too long ago for her saying, you know, she kind of wants to go a little slow. You know, kind of go with the flow, go a little slow, not jump into something like that.
Well, it's funny you brought up age because Alexis brought that up too, as far as there being a big age gap between her and Chaz. And let me not say big, but there is an age gap. Like you said, he's in his 40s. She's still like in her early 30s. I don't even think Alexis is 35. I think she's under 35. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Vanessa. Vanessa might be 35. But Alexis was like, she didn't know how that would impact their relationship. Chaz is very confident. He doesn't feel like that would be an issue, but I do agree. I never am in the space of Russian marriage. To be quite honest, I think a lot of y'all are rushing into relationships as a whole. Not asking the right questions, not doing your due diligence as far as finding out information. So I'm not trying to advocate for rushing into marriage. But I will say somebody in their mid to late 40s, their timeline is going to look different for like me, right? Like that's going to be different. And so I think with him saying like 2 years, like I'm dating with a purpose. Like I know exactly what I want. I have my house. I have my career. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. I think, yeah, let's not waste any time. You know, you don't have a connection with Alexis. Or I mean, not Alexis, Vanessa. Like, you don't have time. I can understand not feeling like you don't have time to, like, try to change somebody's mind or kind of see how it goes if that's not what you want. Like why waste time? I get it. Okay. Next, we have Alonzo and his homegirl. He has his friend meet Patrice and Rashina. Now, where did that come from? I have no idea. They did a flashback to the pajama party and they were all laughing and making jokes and stuff. That meant nothing to me. I understand, like for me, we have to be able to laugh together. We have to be able to play together. We have to be able to joke together. I get that. But there is no chemistry to me between Alonzo and Rashina. They are homies. That's what it was giving. Now, Patrice, on the other hand, she is thirsty for Alonzo.
For no reason.
Thirsty. I mean, I just feel like if he takes a bath, she's drinking the bath water. I think that's a red flag.
She better be drinking oil.
I think that's a red flag, y'all. The fact that she is so like intrigued by him and just like, oh my God, Alonzo's like the best thing ever. Like, to me, that's a red flag and it speaks a lot about you.
Desperation.
That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving.
As I told y'all, like when we did earlier, I think our very first episode when we let people know, you know, I think what we're playing, what colors, who's red flags,
yeah,
all that above.
Yeah.
Alonzo is negative red. This man only knows one genre, and that's sex. This man is bringing nothing to the table but a possible plan B. And I ain't talking about a backup plan. I thought it was interesting that his friend was just like, oh, when Alonzo, starts to get comfortable, that's when you start to see the more romantic side of him.
That pissed me off. That I was very confused. What does that mean? Coming from a friend.
They both full of shit.
Why? How would your friend know? Yeah, hey, please, honestly, y'all, let me know. When the friend said that, which is a woman, my question would have been to her, like, well, how do you know that? Like, what? Like, do you have a connection with his exes, or do you know from personal experience with him? Mm-hmm. Like, how would you know how he is when he breaks down walls and then he'll become romantic? I don't know how you know that. I that was weird to me. Mm-hmm. This was just a pointless conversation. Patrice pulled out a letter that he wrote to her, I guess, a couple weeks prior. And so she's been carrying this letter around with her the whole time, I guess. It's obvious that he has a stronger connection with Patrice. Rashina, there was no need for her to even waste her time.
I can only imagine what was on that letter.
I have no idea because she didn't even read it. I feel like that's what I used to.
I got you one better. Take it out of the pocket, open it up. Sex, 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 sex.
Okay, another one real quick, right fast. Dominique. Is it Dominique or Dominique? Dominique. Okay. Dominique has his friend meet Vanessa. Now, I think this one escaped my mind. I didn't know that they had a connection either.
I didn't know either, but he barely gets camera time.
That too. I feel like we've seen a lot of him with Mika. But since they had their last conversation about the whole kid thing, you can kind of tell there was a little bit of a shift in his brain. So I can see that. But I didn't know he had a connection with Vanessa. However, they've clearly been talking off camera through text, phone, whatever, since they met each other. And y'all know I haven't been paying attention to Dominique. I've been waiting for the shoe to fall on that one too, because I don't trust not near individual on this damn show right now. I really don't. And nor am I invested into any of them. I don't like anybody. Nobody has uniqueness, nerve, or talent. Okay. Shout out to RuPaul's Drag Race. But the interaction between Vanessa and Dominique, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Maybe this could turn into something if he doesn't turn out to be a complete asshole. He was talking about how I guess he went through her Instagram late one night. It's like 3:00 in the morning. He's going through all her pictures, but he was like really stopping himself from liking the pictures, because he didn't want to be a creep. And she was like, well, I wish you would. AKA me like, dude, I need you to apply more pressure. Like, I do want to see more of the flirty, romantic side of you, and it hasn't seemed like Dominique has been showing that to her. So he perked up. He was like, wait a minute. Oh, so that would have been cool even at 3:00 in the morning? And she was like, I mean, I would want, if you like what you see, if you want to pursue me, I need you to do just that. I need you to pursue me. And he was like, okay, well, like, blink twice if you giving me the green light. And she kept blinking. She's like, listen, I'm telling you. And so they've reached an understanding. It seemed like he was real happy about that too. Like, okay, say less. I'm about to apply that pressure. But I appreciated her really being clear about what she wants with him, right? And so we'll see kind of where they land. Let's see if it's genuine or not. Let me not use that word when they're talking about Ready to Love. But let's see if something comes from this in the next episode.
They don't show Dominique too much for me to comment on him. Like, I don't know what to say about Dominique. Like,
I thought you liked Dominique.
I do, but he doesn't get camera time. That's why he's probably liked, because he's had no room for error. I mean, we don't see
that him. Is true. He's had no room for error. That is true.
We don't see him.
We really don't see him a lot. He don't really say too much. I feel like this was the episode that he said the most.
I kind of still feel, I get the vibe from Vanessa that she's feeling everybody out. I don't feel she has a favorite, to be honest with you.
I definitely think that Vanessa's top is Dominique and Chaz. I think she goes back and forth with those two.
I mean, I know she may like them, but I just feel like she's not moved by anybody.
Honestly, in this moment with Dominique, I did see a different side of her. Mm-hmm. A side that, to be honest, I wasn't necessarily expecting either. Because she's another one that I don't feel like we see her pretty much in every episode. Mm. But we're not real. I don't feel like we're really getting to know her, right? She seems like she is a very soft energy, very quiet, introverted. But at the same time, when she was talking to Dominique about like, yeah, I want you to do this. Like, I was like, okay, Vanessa, like, now we know what you're kind of looking for, right? That's the thing. I don't think up until this point I knew what Vanessa was looking for, right? But I'm not gonna say I like her, because again, I don't like nobody, right? Because I feel like I shoot myself in the foot every time I say I like somebody. But Vanessa is the one person from the beginning to now that I was like, I wanted to give her a chance. Because remember, she was in the bottom and during the premiere. And I was like, oh, I didn't want her to go home. I felt like she just needed to open up a little bit more. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. So one that still kind of does not make sense, but we will talk about it. LaRon brought Mika and Maya to meet his, I think it was his homeboy.
Yeah, he brought them to his homeboy. And
disclosure, y'all, before I start that, I don't understand it. LaRon had Koshia. I really felt that was his only shot here.
Yeah.
With Koshia gone, which we understand why he has a vendetta against Alexis now. He's trying to navigate towards Maya and Mika.
Yeah.
And we will talk about Maya at the end. The Mika one, I don't understand, but do you?
Mika didn't understand. Yeah. Mika's at this table like, why am I here?
I don't know if you were just trying to give her a free meal, but this made no sense because you guys do not have a thing going on. But I don't know. Like I said, homeboy need airtime. He need that camera time. So I think he just like grabbed a name out of a hat, and Mika was the chosen one. So, but I honestly, in my opinion, I couldn't take this scene serious because, number one, like I said, Mika has no interest in you, and you have no shot with Maya. It was just kind of weird seeing his interaction with Mika in front of the friend, because the friend, he walked into this probably having the mindset like, okay, if he has these two girls, maybe they feeling him, so I'm trying to decipher this for him to pick out the best one. When dude, really, it's the opposite. We don't know why they're here. It was a little awkward seeing LaRon try to flirt with Mika, and she's like, yeah, nah. Like, I can tell she's not trying to embarrass him in front of his boy. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, like, I think you should just throw in the hat and go home, because none of this is going to work out. And as we mentioned before, Maya did the replica of pretty much answering questions for people. It pretty much was her either with her answering questions, it was either shallow answers or just agreeing. It just didn't flow. This whole scene did not flow with me, I'll be honest with you.
This was a complete waste of time. Yo, I'm so sorry, but this show, we have to wrap it up. This was such a waste of time. This was a forced scene. I'll say this. I don't think that this was about him just trying to get camera time. He is so immature, y'all. Like, it's painful to watch how immature he is. So him being able to have the ability to read a room, be self-aware, have a level of couth about himself, he does not have. It was like, obviously, Mika is not interested in you like that, right? And I feel like for you as a grown man to not be able to decipher between her being romantically interested versus you just being a homie, that speaks to it, right? Like, she kept saying, like, I don't take you serious at all. Like, you play too much. That's one. And then two, like, we haven't had any serious conversations. Like, it's just all been like jokes. Like, you're fun. I think you'll be fun, but that's it. It's not giving that. And so I feel like you taking this opportunity to try to flirt with her, even that was not landing. It was also very cringy, and she like laughed what is that? He like winked his eye at her, and it was just kind of like, what?
She looked like she wanted to fall off the chair.
She was like, okay, like it's a joke at this point. And she also brought up a really good point. She's like, I have 2 sons. You are in your early 30s. You have said yourself you have no experience with dating someone that has kids. Like, I have to think about my children too. Like, that comes first. And like, how are you going to handle that? And like, again, his responses was even like him joking around. Oh, like, I'll wrestle with him and blah, blah, blah. Like, she was like, well, I would really need someone that, could be an authority figure, so another authority figure, somebody that will look at my kids like their own, when it comes to being in a serious relationship. And I appreciated her bringing up, like, yes, this is priority, and just bringing up the kid topic, period, right? Because I don't feel like anybody's really had that conversation with LaRon. And Koshia had children. And so I feel like, again, it was just kind of like, no, this is not going to work. And Mika gave you multiple reasons why this will never be. Maya, now it's your turn. Girl.
And let me add, to end with LaRon, due to his partying schedule, definitely not going to work for Mika and her kids.
His party. Oh, yes.
Schedule.
Yes. Well, speaking to that, Maya said that once they first got to wherever they're at, whatever restaurant they're at, she was like, yeah, the partying thing, that never bothered me because, we're young. We're supposed to be doing that. Like, you're single, which is true. This crew that was sitting at this table are all under the age of 35. I think Maya is 30. Exactly. So I got what she was saying, even though, girl, for you to say that that's not an issue with the fact that he has been leading with him being out here in these streets.
Wednesday to Sunday.
Is like, again, and this has nothing to do to me with the whole being young thing. I am 30 as well. And if I'm single and I meet a guy and he's telling me that he's out Wednesday through Sunday, that's a red flag for me. And I have no kids. It is just me. I ain't never been married. None of that. And I am just 30. But that's a red flag to me for so many reasons. I'm not with that. But Maya, to me, it's like I don't want to call her a pick-me because I feel like there may be a different motive here. I don't know if you came onto this show to promote your businesses and your brand, but it's giving you're not interested, but you playing like you are. That's why you're having these very shallow, like you said, shallow conversations with these people, with these men. You're not really asking deep questions or really trying to create real connections with people. I feel like every time we've had a scene with you with the guys, I've just noticed you'll ask them a question and like they won't complete their sentence and you'll complete it for them. Or they'll ask you a question and you be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, because, we want vulnerability. Like, there go that damn word again. Vulnerability. Yeah, you want to be honest. Like, all she does is kind of agree with what the guy is saying. And so I'm kind of like, well, what does Maya feel? What is Maya looking for? Like, what's happening here? Like, I don't know, but something for me is just like, I just feel like she is not really into this experiment.
No,
that there was other motives.
She's looking for exposure.
Right.
Maya's 30 years old. And
right.
Like I said to her last night, I said, for her to have her scene when old Cat Daddy came into her shooting, her photo shoot, because she has a waistline business. I felt like that was planned because that got exposure a little bit to her. What she does. I do photo shoots, my waistline, she had a little workout suit on.
Right.
I felt like, for her to get on TV, Miss Exposure. She's not interested in none of these dudes.
Right.
And, she's having these conversations and keeping it shallow with them. She's doing enough just to make it every week on the show.
Yes.
She's just doing enough.
Yes.
But
just to get by.
That, this is somebody that's not interested. I haven't seen no effort to go deep with anybody.
Or to even set standards.
Yeah.
Because also understand, I'm not advocating for y'all to go deep with these niggas on this show. I'm really not. But to set your own standard. When she was having the conversation, that very uncomfortable, disgusting conversation with the old creepy guy.
Cat daddy.
Like, even when he was being inappropriate, it's like she still wasn't, like, setting boundaries in the conversation or, like, showing that she's, like, disinterested. When they're in their ladies' lounge, I can see that she's clearly intuitive about some of the guys and what they've been doing. But when she's talking to them, I agree with you. She's like doing enough just so they can like her and keep her around. There's no true connection to me with her. I feel that way about majority of these people, to be quite honest. I think a lot of the guys are more infatuated with these women than the other way around.
Yeah.
I feel the same way kind of about Mika, even though Mika, I don't think that she's on here to promote a business, but I don't think that you're really feeling these guys like that. I really don't.
She's not.
Yeah. And again, I understand. I get it. But, it's whatever. Yeah. So when the guys get to their guy lounge, we already know they've made the decision. They wanted to get rid of Alexis. So they definitely sent Alexis home, all because LaRon upset. And LaRon was the one, he was so giddy to have the opportunity to send Alexis home. It's just obvious the few connections that Alexis did have, which mainly was Chaz, and she had a connection with William as well. I think it put a bad taste in their mouth about the drama that got back to them.
Yep.
I also feel like they feel she was kind of surface as well, and I could see that. I forgot to mention William also had his two friends meet, Patrice and Alexis. They met at his house or at his friend's house at the same time. And his friends liked Patrice. So Patrice, to me, she does have her connections with William and Alonzo, and both of their friends liked Patrice. They preferred Patrice over everybody that they met. But y'all, they sent Alexis home. Thank you, because I wanted her off my screen too. But I want all of y'all off my screen. Y'all are not giving anything.
No, it's actually pretty terrible.
It is so terrible, y'all. This season is so dry. And I know maybe some of y'all are like, y'all say this every review. And I'm sorry. I'm going to have to repeat it until it's over at this point. I don't even know why we're still here. But what I will say, this might be our last season. Because I don't know how you come back from this. I think we are now entering a space when it comes to these dating shows of people getting on these shows not with no intentions on finding love or really dating someone, but to be on TV. That's why you have a lot of them after every episode, every week, they get on Instagram Live or TikTok or YouTube Live and they do a review of the show. That shit gotta stop. This is so whack to me. I just don't feel like anybody is genuine.
R.I.P. to reality TV.
That's what it's just giving. It's specifically these dating shows, right? Like, I mean, I can apply that same line of thinking to pretty much all reality TV as far as people just wanting to be on TV and not being authentic. But when it comes to this dating show phenomenon, it's just not real anymore, y'all. Like, come on. It's not giving.
Y'all be sure to hit the comment section. Let us know how y'all feel about this past episode. Let us know about what y'all dreamed about when y'all took y'all nap during this episode.
Oh my God.
Because, we all took a couple. Interact with yourselves. Ask us questions. We will definitely answer. Be sure to watch this Friday's episode. Yeah, man. It's not giving, What do you have for our viewers?
just remember to look out for our Love is Blind review. And next week, that will be next week then, we'll do a full review. I said this at the beginning, a full review of the season, how we felt about it. Y'all, it's pretty much similar to what we're saying here. But we still want to get a couple of things off of our chest. So make sure you are on the lookout for that. I don't know if you guys know, but Love and Marriage DC did not come on this weekend. So we'll, I guess, catch up next week with that.
Hopefully that's a trend.
Right. I mean, they should go ahead and pull the plug on that. And I mean, listen, we done heard that Ashley and Winter not coming back. Y'all, we'll say that for next weekend because...
I didn't know who winner was.
What?
I didn't know who winner was.
That's just disrespectful. Okay.
Not once on these reviews have you heard me say her name.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week, okay? Make sure to be safe. This is your part. Go ahead. Tell the people.
Y'all be safe in these bipolar weather streets.
Right.
Bipolar as hell.
Right.
And we will see y'all soon.
Yes. Bye.